new from that Cybert channel, an experience unlike you've ever seen before, Cybert Channel VR. Explore the Cybert Channel headquarters as you get a look at intense behind the scenes and even interact with Cybert himself.
Holy fuck! Who are you? Get out of my house! Get out of here! Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of that Cybert channel. I'm Dan Cybert and I'm pretty pumped for the re-release of Captain Toad Treasure Tracker for the Switch and I guess this. I don't know why we support Nintendo's bad habits. However, this game could be so much more. Recently, I had the chance to fulfill one of my lifelong dreams, going to E3. It was amazing and very sweaty. It's so much sweat and BO. But while I was there, I got to try an amazing VR game.
You're welcome.
Oh, Bob. Thank you for interrupting me.
You're welcome again.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I introduce to you Bob from the Wulff Den.
The man who
got me into the demo for a wonderful game called Moss.
When I played it the previous year, I actually didn't even know what it was. It just said unannounced PlayStation VR game made by the people who made Destiny and Halo.
When I finished the demo, the first thought I had, besides I need this game, it's way too adorable for its own good, was that Nintendo needs to bring Captain Toad Treasure Tracker into VR like this.
And with Captain Toad coming out this week, crap. We decided to talk about how the mechanics of Moss could easily work for Captain Toad's Treasure Tracker.
Your time has come at last, dear reader.
So first, what is moss? Moss is a small flowerless plant that typically grows in dense green clumps or mats. Okay, kidding aside, the game Moss is the game you should be playing right now, but you probably can't because you don't have VR and I'm sorry. I literally bought the PSVR Skyrim bundle just for this video.
I am Dragonborn!
Alyssa hasn't taken the VR headset off at all.
Moss is a VR platformer adventure, in simple terms. Once you start playing the game, however, it feels much deeper. You control two characters in Moss, the mouse warrior Quill, who is way too adorable for her own good, and yourself. There's not much that can warm my cold, dead YouTuber heart. Quill? She's come close.
Quill is controlled just like any other character in a platformer. Joystick for movement, a jump button, and an attack button. Then there is you. You actually play a major role in the adventure as you'll help Quill navigate through each screen by moving stones, gates, and help in combat. The controls are incredibly smooth, especially on Oculus, and moving the environment feels natural.
It's a very simple game to understand. It's just a platformer with some hack and slash mechanics and some puzzles thrown in. What makes it unique is the VR element and how you're just an observer in this diorama set. Adding something that simple to mechanics that we already know so well make it an incredibly unique experience.
Now, if you're like me, you might already be seeing how both the games have similar themes. Puzzle platformers where you move a character but also interact with the stage, whether this be changing the camera or moving a block with touch or motion controls. Plus, they both use vegetation as a weapon. Just Quill's is cooler because it's a goddamn sword. That is the most badass blade of grass I have ever seen.
These similarities make it easy to move a lot of the mechanics from Moss into mechanics that would improve the Captain Toad format. First, camera controls could now be much more interactive. Being able to use a combination of the Joy-Cons to move the stage and the headset to look around, the player could get a better grasp of the layout of each stage. Not to mention, Nintendo could add 100 more hidden Luigis.
Moss allowed the players to look around the environment to get a better perspective. Bringing that to Captain Toad could help players see what normally would be unseen with a traditional camera. Getting a better look at the tunnels and platforms will allow for more difficult mazes so there's no guesswork involved. The player can only blame themselves if they can't catch on to corridors or miss hidden passages.
Of course, the camera isn't the only thing that would benefit from VR. With motion controls in a VR space, moving platforms that traditionally are touch controls will feel much more fluid. No longer are you removing your hand to touch the screen, you're simply moving the controller out and physically moving the platform up. Okay, not physically, but virtually physically.
Riskily, the act of moving physical objects in VR.
That sounds like a shitty Musically knockoff.
That's fair. Personally, I feel that touch controls ruin the pace of platformers. Having to take your hand off of the controller to touch a screen halts the game. Yes, the Switch version has motion controls in dock mode, but it feels a little inaccurate without a sensor bar. Moss showed that using the motion controls and sensors in a VR space creates much more fluid gameplay. Being able to still control your character while grabbing a gate feels incredibly intuitive and helps you feel like you're working together with your character.
For me, the best part of the puzzle solving in Moss was physically looking around the puzzle you were trying to solve. Not only did this help with the puzzle solving, but it helped immerse you in the world so well. However, controls felt like such a small part of Moss. One of the most unique things about Moss was your ability to interact with Quill herself. Just 15 minutes playing the game and you'll never be more attached to any other game character. Look! She signed thank you to you after you revive her. Mario never thanked me once for grabbing a heart or buying him a new outfit. Mario, you lasagna-eating Goomba.
That's a level of interaction that Nintendo could really capitalize on with Captain Toad. Imagine being able to celebrate with Toad after completing each stage, being able to high-five after tackling some tricky puzzles, or sharing the star grab with Toad. Say what you want about that.
Hello!
I'd still high-five.
Nintendo always prides itself on innovating new ways to interact with the world of gaming. It's why they got me to drop $70 on cardboard cutouts. With this VR concept, you're not just controlling Toad and a camera. You're working with Toad to solve puzzles and grab stars, creating a bond with Toad which fits perfectly with that tenet of interaction Nintendo boasts about.
Now you may be furiously typing in the comments, "This is nice and all, but Nintendo ain't got no VR system." And to that I say fair point. To be honest, I don't think we'll be seeing anything like that anytime soon. But that doesn't mean it's impossible. With the success of the Switch, Nintendo won't be leaving the hardware scene anytime soon.
If Nintendo is simply looking for the right game to justify VR, well, I think they'll find the principles found in Moss as a good place to start. Matter of fact, Nintendo, you should give the team at Polyarc Inc. a chance to build a game for you. Just saying.
There's no doubt in my mind that Captain Toad Treasure Tracker would thrive in VR. You could create more interesting puzzles, more fluid game mechanics, and you could high-five Toad.
Dude, is all of this just so you could high-five Toad?
No. Yes.
Nintendo is really good at creating unique game concepts and doing stuff with technology that we never would have expected. Let's not forget, Nintendo does have a patent for VR with the Nintendo Switch. Patents don't really mean much, but it's a distinct possibility.
But now we want to hear from you guys. What game do you think will thrive in VR? Leave a comment down below with your thoughts, and don't forget to subscribe to Bob at the Wulff Den and right here at that Cybert channel.
Also, hit the damn bell, people! Also, come on over to my channel, the Wulff Den, where we got a video on, you know what? I don't know what it's on this week.
That's it for today. Thanks for watching. Hit one of those videos on the screen, and until next time, Cybert out. And get out of my house now!